Yo, yo, Drake being off the road. He's cooking up, and it's a beautiful thing for all Drake fans. Cause like now we're gonna get what we really want from the boy. And nigga hit me. Clearly he's seen it. He says, "Ack, the stove is hot." I'm just letting y'all know. The stove is hot, gang.
That man still reminiscing about ovens and kitchens. that man Drake is still reminiscing about ovens and kitchens. Part of me is early, y'all. This dude can't find no other. He don't know where he at. He still. The stove is hot. Act. The stove is hot. You still miss LeBron. This man still is everything that gotta be. You couldn't say nothing else. You couldn't say nothing else to be the reason why the Iceman album is getting warmer. The Iceman album is getting warmer, and then it's gonna drop soon. It's gonna drippy drop. It's gonna drop from whatever it was to what it is now, right? You could have said anything. The only thing you can think of is, yo, you know what? Man, the stove is hot. The stove is hot. What is the meaning behind the stove being hot? What is the point of the stove being hot if you only make tuna fish sandwiches? What is the point of the stove being hot, Drake, if you only make tuna fish bagel sago sandwiches? Stove just over there just running hot. You over there by the toaster. You got the bagel in the toaster. You just get the tuna fish out the dang can. The stove on for no reason. The stove on. I know why the stove on. Why you making your damn tuna fish bagel sandwiches? Because you out there going broke. You out there going broke, so the stove is on to keep the house hot. Keep the house warm. You can't pay your bills. Drake, you can't pay your bills. That's why the stove is hot. And that's why the stove is on. Because it can't be for cooking. Can't be for making no food. You a tuna lover. You love tuna fish. You don't need the stove on for some damn tuna fish. Unless you got some weird tuna fish casserole that you about to make. I don't know how to do it. Right? You keep reminiscing about LeBron every step of the way. And then when you see the Lakers having a good record, and you just looking, and the first thing you thought about when you wanted to describe that your Iceman album is freaking getting closer and closer to being released, you said, man, the stove is hot. He didn't even want to say oven. He tried to find a way to go around saying the oven. The stove is hot. From the oven. He tried to go around not saying the word oven. He don't want to even say, we used to be close like ovens and kitchens. He don't even want to say oven no more. Jolly. Let me hear it a little bit more after this.
All right. So, he's
I lied. I lied. That's it for me. That's it for me, man. Yeah. Stove is hot. Yeah, nah. Not when you doing stuff like this. The stove ain't hot. If you telling me the stove is hot, not when you doing stuff like this. When you out there freaking dropping a summarized Iceman episode, your freaking way of trying to be, innovative, your way of trying to be freaking more creative with somebody else's art probably or somebody else's idea was for you to copy off of the streamers the same way you copy off people's lyrics, the same way you copy off people's dances, the same way you copy off people's freaking art and creativity. You said, hey, I want to copy the streamers to try to have a different way of rolling out my Iceman album, right? So you wanted to stream it. And it was like a risk reward type of thing. And as you're doing this, you're failing at being a content creator. You're failing at being a streamer. You said you wanted to be more IRL. This is not IRL. When you have freaking 13, 14, 15, you want all these cameras for you to just have mad dry spots, just mad dry areas. Why do I have 15 cameras of me looking at the wall? 15 cameras. Oh, I want 15 cameras. When we go in real life, when we go IRL streaming to roll out my Iceman album, we want aerial cameras, we want drones, 15 cameras, all for me to freaking look at a wall for 20 minutes, or look at the factory for 20 minutes, or look at freaking whatever. Look at the freaking ice cream truck for 20 minutes. Look at the freaking Pinocchio doll standing by the tree for 20 minutes. And then Drake will walk through and not say nothing. Drake will walk through, press some buttons, and then walk away. And you wanted 14, 15 cameras. That's not an in real. That's not a in real life type of stream. You know, you don't do that in real life. You don't. Your little bit of, you know, your little bit of a normal process when you was doing human encounters with people was when you got called a bitch. When the white boy that you said it called you the name, you was at that little small encounter with the crowd where you was talking to people, and you got called a B word in there. And this is what you thought, that this is how I'm gonna try to roll out my album. So you were dropping monthly. You dropped the Iceman album out in episode 1 in 1 month, and then next month you drop episode 2, and then the next month you drop episode 3, right? But that episode 3 stopped 2 months ago. The rollout stopped rolling. The rollout stopped rolling, right? And then you come back and drop the freaking a more summarized, because you would probably figure that an hour and 30 minutes is way too long for the human, for human retention. It's way too long for us humans to be like, yo, you know what? Audience retention is low right now because it's an hour and 34 minutes. You should have knew better, right? You didn't do that. You had all this dry stuff in your live stream, your fake little live stream. So now you figure, hey, to prolong it, to keep on stalling, I'm going to freaking summarize. I'm going to edit the actual hour and 34 minutes and edit it to more like 30 minutes to make it seem more, you know, easier for people to grasp. Engagement. You lacked engagement. You had it. You saw the negativity behind your art. You lacked engagement, and you try to fix it 2 months later. You had the horrible. Everybody was coming at episode 3. They was disappointed in your red button that was never there. They was freaking clowning your method, clowning your ways, clowning your art. All the streamers were saying how dry it was. So for you to fix it 2 months later, you decide to just edit it and make it shorter. That would have been a good idea in the beginning, like how a regular live streamer would do. Have a live stream put up and then edit the videos during the way to have you see bits and pieces of important parts of the live stream. You decided to have a live stream put up dry, get freaking flamed by it, and let it stay up there for 2 months and then fix it. I didn't watch it, by the way. It just says cut down, episode 3. So I'm assuming you cut it down. I'm assuming you edited it, you summarized it. So you still find ways to try to copy off somebody else and fail at that. You fail at that. You don't know how to actually be the one that's creative. You don't know how to actually, if you knew how to actually be it, you probably could go somewhere. I'm not trying to hear all this. I'm trying to be freaking I'm trying to be think outside of the box. How you gonna think outside of the box taking somebody else's creativity? I want to roll out a different way. You're rolling out this way because you don't have UMG backing you up right now. You don't have the same support. You would have been rolling out the same way you always rolled out if it made you hit #1 spots. If you always was hitting #1 spots in the #1 album and the #1 songs, you would have rolled out the same way you've been rolling out for the past freaking 20 well, not 20 years, the past 15 years. For the past 15 years, you've been rolling out the same way. Drop a single, post the album cover. You've been rolling out the same way for the past 15 years. Now, all of a sudden, this year, you like, no, I want to be different. You want to be different because you don't have the machine behind you. This is not a coincidence. You up there like, I want to be different this year. I want to be different this year because you lost your machine. You realize I don't have the freaking same power behind me to just drop single album post cover and then bam, I get the #1 spot. You don't have that behind you. If you still had that behind you, you would have still used that same method to be #1. You realize you can't get the #1 spot, so it's making you scared. You're trying to go out your way to be like, hey, I got to do something bigger. I gotta find ways to be better without the machine. So I gotta find ways to try to maybe be a streamer or be online and talk to this person. You gotta try to find ways to roll out even harder, basically. You're trying harder to roll out now because the same methods ain't gonna work this time because UMG is not backing it. That's the only thing that's different right now. You don't know what you wanna be. You wanna be the Iceman, but the stove is hot. You wanna be a freaking, what is that? Hot ice. Icy hot. Maybe you got back pain. I don't know. You got back pain. I don't know what's going on. Icy hot, hot ice, dry ice, black ice. Just everything that you're saying, you don't even know what you want to be. Is it hot or is it cold, Drake? Is it hot? It's cold. Is saying the album is cold and icy. Is that letting me know it's coming soon? Or is saying the album is you cooking up and it's hot? That means it's coming. Is it ice? Is it cold or hot? Tell me something. Yeah, so nah, you freaking stalling. This is a stall. You lost the same freaking consistency. You was dropping the Iceman album once a month, an Iceman rollout, an episode once a month. Then you fell off for 2 months. I'm assuming maybe you was on tour when you was dropping. Nah, so I don't know what's going on, but when you freaking summarize your freaking vibe, don't do this, content creators. As a freaking streamer, as a content creator, don't do this. Don't freaking drop a stream and then let the stream sit there for 2 months, and then you want to go back into that stream and edit out versions of that stream 2 months later. Don't do that. You losing audience retention, you losing engagement. You have to stay on top of things. Drake cannot stay on top of things. Drake is too lazy to be that. He's too lazy to be that person. And you would think you got enough people around you to try to freaking, handle your freaking your Instagrams or your freaking YouTubes or your whatever. You would think you have enough support around you that somebody can do it the right way on your freaking rollout. But you can't. You rather be focused on the quality of the cameras than the actual art of the rollout. You want to make sure, how can I have the best quality in the world? 15 cameras, drones. I want to have the best freaking angles ever. All for them to shoot the brick wall. All for them to look at a brick wall or a subway, or you freaking running down a freaking street. You wasted an hour and 34 minutes of those people's time for them to have a good hour of it is just dry, just looking at random dumb shit, and then 30 minutes of it maybe you in the video walking around touching things, not saying nothing. Your only engagement really was with the crowd in Toronto, and you got called a B word. And yeah, it's a sad thing to see. So all that Iceman is hot and is rolling out, and then, oh my God, he's not on tour no more. He's not. It's what Akadidi was saying. He's not on tour. He's not on the road. He's not streaming no more. So the Iceman album is the stove is hot. Well, man, bruh, I don't know, man. I've been hearing it saying it's coming soon. It's been coming soon since July, or before that, even before, a little bit before July. It's been coming soon. So I don't know what to tell y'all. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about the Iceman album. The stove is hot, man. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and out. Bye.
I made Mary Jane sing, and it was dope, kicking bud by the scene.